And that was hard to do, not just because of the truths that I had to tell, but I also had to take on the feedback that I got back. So, because I had isolated myself, my family thought a certain way about me, and they perceived certain situations or certain moments where I would get triggered, or I wasn't in the best mood, or, I just didn't feel like dealing with anybody. They took it as in, it was me. And that was really hard to just kind of like hear that feedback and just, kind of take that breath and just be like, no, like, move past this. I can't go back on every single little detail and explain everything. But at the same time, I was a certain way because I was being triggered at that moment. And that was something that I finally was able to be like truthful about with them and just be more authentic, be more of myself. And for me, that was definitely huge, is being more authentic and being myself. I feel the more you try to isolate yourself, you're going to get that. Like, you're going to get that isolation. You're not really going to have anyone. You're not going to have that support, whether it's a friend, family, even coworkers. It sounds crazy, but I got very close to a couple of my coworkers that helped me get through a lot and helped me see what I truly wanted. There's this one senior manager that I used to work with that honestly, I don't even know how he was. It was just a day. I actually had just finished talking to my therapist, and I wasn't feeling the best, but I was feeling better. And I don't even know why. He just started talking to me about something that was going on with his life. And he's like, oh, he just started talking about how I was. And he's like, I see how you are. I see, how you are with work, and I see certain things. And he's all like, can I tell you something? And I'm like, yeah, you've been telling me a bunch of stuff. But he's like, if you continue the way you're going, he's like, you're going to wake up basically my age going through the same thing I'm going through right now. And so that one kind of hit because he is older than me. And, I know the situation that he was kind of going through, and it did hit me because it also reminded me of certain things that I said in my head I was not going to do, and I ended up doing them, like I was not going to be like my parents, and I wasn't going to, wait until a certain age for certain things. And it definitely really clicked, and it hit, and it was one of the best things that he could have told me at that time. Because I just had all these affirmations of like, yes, you're doing the right thing. You're going down the right path. It might seem hard, but you got to keep going. And there were plenty of times, this coworker, even to this day, he called me the other day, and he was just like, we were talking about a certain situation that had happened because, he asked how things were going. So I was telling him about it. And he was like, if you were to go back and do this and this happened, would you be happy? And my answer was like, well, no, not really. And he's all like, okay, then. He's like, well, there's your answer. And I really had to be like, okay, like, I got you. So yeah, so definitely being truthful and authentic has helped me so much. And I'm not telling you just to go out there and, tell everyone your business. Definitely don't recommend that. But just know where you have that support at. Learn to be open. And to be honest with you, usually what you're going through attracts the people that are also going through the same thing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard that. So I know, especially even recently, I have been meeting a lot of people, and I've been noticing this now I don't know if it's because of like the therapy or, you know, this spiritual journey that I'm on and the things that I've been learning, but I have realized that I'll attract people at the same vibration as me. And we're going through pretty much similar things, or we see certain things from our past, where it's like, hey, you know, I've been through that. I can help you with that. Or they'll be like, hey, I've been through that. I can help you with this. And we've just had that going on with each other. And that doesn't mean that person, you know, is a love interest or needs to be your best friend or anything like that. It could just be a person that comes into your life and basically just is what you need at that moment, teaches you a lesson, gives you a lesson, and then just moves on from there. Doesn't mean you don't have to be friends with this person either, but there's that part of it that you have to learn. You have to learn to be like so open and trusting the universe on what comes into your life, because it's not always going to be just handed to you. It's not always just going to be your spirit guide just talking to you. That lone wolf mentality means that you have to trust others. And yes, there should be boundaries. Yes, there should be a limit. You should recognize red signs. You should recognize if someone has, you know, bad intentions. But you definitely also have to trust it. You know, if you are at a good vibration and you have a good feeling about something, or you're seeing certain messages, yes, that's definitely something that you should, you know, listen to. You should be going for. This person is there for a reason. And, you know, I don't think half of us realize, like, you cannot make it in this life most of the time without even kind of having that. And again, it doesn't mean this person has to be like, you know, fully invested in your life, because like I'm telling you, I've had so many times where somebody will just come to me, start talking to me, and guide me through my way on something. And I think even in those moments, we have to realize, like, what was that message that the universe was trying to tell us? Because I know for me, that's been a super hard one to sometimes pay attention to, because I'm telling you, sometimes I'm just so wrapped up, especially when it comes to work, because the other day I totally almost missed it. I was coming in, I was trying to rush because I had a certain deadline I had to meet, and then on top of that, I was trying to get ready for a meeting, and I had closed the door to the office, and this person had opened it because they were grabbing something from there. And then when they just started talking, I was just kind of like, okay, you know, you don't see me kind of typing over here. You don't see me like trying, like, you know what I mean? Like still being nice, but trying to like, you know, go back to work. Especially since I was kind of keeping my answers a little short, you know, still being nice, but keeping them short. And, you know, for them to go into what they went into, I almost missed that message. And that's something that you have to pay attention to, you guys, because I'm telling you, if you aren't getting it, the universe will find a way for you to get it. Like, you know, whether it's somebody telling you, music, even music. I know there has been so many times music has like pulled me out of certain things. And then I'll have like certain things happen in my life where like that somehow something else said, like a favorite song or something like that, it's just like it comes at the perfect timing. And I know that just sounds so weird, but I definitely connect with music a lot. That's definitely another thing too that I do have, is that happens to me, like, you know, a bunch of times. So it's paying attention to all that, you know. And I feel all that has definitely helped me get past like that lone wolf mentality. Like, I don't feel alone. I don't feel like it's always up to me. I don't feel like I'm always doing everything. Yes, I still have like my certain moments where I'm overwhelmed. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't. But then when I realize it, I'm also not using my resources, or I'm not reaching out to the right people, or I'm not even just reaching out in general. And then I'm kind of like, okay, you know, I need to cleanse my space, and I need to be the bigger person and say, you know, hey, I need this help. or I need to figure this out, you know what I mean? And sometimes you get help from like the randomest people. I know, like, for a recent situation, I felt overwhelmed. Everything was kind of falling on me when it came to some things with the kids, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, what am I gonna do? And then I had something present itself from actually the lady that was trying to help me out from the school. So she was like, hey, you know, if you can do this, then we can do this for you. So at that moment I was like, yes, because I don't want to have to like make a decision where either my kids are split up or I'm sending them back to California. So I definitely was like, okay, you know, I'll take that option. So now we have this whole thing going on with my daughter that I'm hoping to do, and hopefully I can get it done. If not, then it's something I'm gonna have to like again go through, but this time I'm not alone. And even like their dad, like, I, as much as, you know, we are good co-parents, there's sometimes where I don't want to reach out to him, but this was definitely one of those times where I had to be like, hey, I might need some help on this. So definitely, you guys, there's always somebody out there. I don't want you guys to feel alone. And the more you think and are authentic, the more that you're going to find like-minded people. And the more you speak your truth, the more people are going to come out and say like, hey, you know, I definitely am going through the same thing. Because that's another thing that I have gone through with this spiritual awakening, is speaking all the things that I've been speaking on. I have had like certain family members, some of them I haven't talked to in years, or haven't even seen them like since I was a kid, reach out and tell me how much I'm helping them or what they're going through or things like that. And I would have never thought this about these people. And you know, it makes me happy that I am there for them, because they truly are something special in my heart. And you know, it's just finding that. Like, you're gonna find that the more that you speak your truth and you're authentic, and you know, you're gonna see, basically, it's I know there's a word for it, like your soul family. You start seeing what that means. So you start seeing like, oh, all the like-minded people that you didn't think were like-minded, because we're all, you know, hiding certain things from each other, not in a bad way, but I know we all keep certain parts of our life secret. So yeah, you guys. So that's the end of this episode. I'll be releasing the next episode next week. Let me know what you guys think about this one, and have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.